Hey everybody, Turtle back with you, ready for my playthrough of Mission 2 of the Fantastic Gamblers campaign by Baltic Dragon and John Rainwaters. I'm excited to fly this next mission and share it with you. I am still experimenting with a few settings on the recording, and I appreciate you bearing with me on the VR settings. Additionally, this mission is at night, so it will be quite dark. This video contains spoilers of the campaign, as it will be a full playthrough. Also, I decided to add the briefing to the video as presented in the campaign documents. Please let me know what you think in the comments about the format and if you have any other questions. With that, let's grab some jalapeno popcorn from Snacko and sit in on the briefing.
Good morning, campers, and welcome to King Faisal Air Base. I hope accommodations are to your liking because you'll be enjoying them for the next few months. All expenses paid for by Uncle Sam, of course. Today, we'll be going over the strategic situation on the ground, which, as you've probably noticed, is looking a lot like Poker's love life. Hope we run enough penicillin for you, buddy. This is a general map of Syria. It also covers parts of Jordan, Iraq, and Turkey. We've marked areas currently held by ISIS, whose greatest crime has got to be ruining my favorite metal band forever. That, or the beheadings, I guess. Whichever it is, the bottom line is that they are the bad guys out here. As you see, ISIS holds parts of Syria, including the lovely city of Raqqa to the north. They're currently fighting against the Syrian regular forces, as well as anti-government rebels near Palmyra, somewhere around the middle of the map. They've also got their terroristy toes on some roads leading to Syria from Iraq, and it looks like they're mounting a full-scale offensive. Intel says they're quickly gaining ground and pushing back both the regime forces and rebels, which of course is a major bummer. Looks like we've got a full itinerary of airstrikes against ISIS positions this trip. We're looking at convoys, supply depots, hideouts, probably also fuel stocks. Can't wait to use up all my leftover per diem filling up my F-250 after this. We've got a few buddies on the ground to babysit, a loose coalition of anti-government and anti-IS units, but it looks like we'll be getting a hand from our own special forces on the ground as well, so try not to look too disappointed, Chaos. This is a new kind of cluster every day, and there are a lot of ISIS cells scattered all over the place. So while we can expect to mainly operate around Palmyra and Raqqa, you might also receive taskings elsewhere. So, Brass wants me to talk about our stance towards the regime forces. Formally, we are not at war with Syria. However, our ROE does allow us to engage any area units or SAMs that look squirrely and may interfere with the execution of our mission. This next beautiful slide is the full map of Syrian air defenses, as we know it. By now, some of these SAMs may be inactive or destroyed, but just in case, we'll be going east along the border and entering Syria outside of the range of the main bulk of the Syrian SAMs, which are up in and around Damascus. There are a handful of these guys located further to the south, so expect to get dirt and mud warnings as you depart King Faisal or during RTB. The Jordanians have magnanimously allocated an extra security element to keep the airport quote-unquote safe, and we could expect a detachment of predators that will be operating from H4 and be like our personal Eye of Sauron looking over the base. As to the hostile intent I mentioned earlier, if you or any mission-critical assets are actively tracked by an enemy SAM system that is in range or by Syrian military aircraft, you should consider this to be a direct threat. If there's time, check in with Wizard or Mission Commander. If not, you are cleared to engage. As for attacking IS forces on the ground, that'll depend on the type of mission. In most cases, we'll have a UAV in the area, and the responsible commander, callsign Beholder, will be able to assess the situation before giving the green light to engage. Otherwise, his permissions will be sent via Wizard. Finally, some missions will require the flight lead to make decisions whether or not to engage. It will be briefed each time, but when in doubt, call Wizard. One last thing you have to remember. ISIS fighters are known for their brutality, and should you get captured by them, consider your vacation over. It is highly recommended that you do all you can to eject over Jordan, rebel-controlled areas, or at least in the region held by the regime. Though my personal preference is to simply not get shot down at all. But maybe I'm just built different. That's it for the general part of the briefing, folks. Get going to your flight and element briefs.
All right, kids, our task for tonight is to escort a pair of B-1 bombers, call signs Bone 1-1 and Bone 1-2. They're going to engage an ISIS stronghold located on the outskirts of Altabka near Raqqa. Our flight will consist of 4 F-16s, call signs Weasel 3-1 through 3-4, with the following lineup. Myself is flight lead, Weasel 3-1, Motors, Weasel 3-2, Menace is the element lead, and Chaos will be Weasel 3-4. We'll have a mixed loadout with myself and Menace, each carrying 2 AGM-88s, 2 AIM-120s, 2 AIM-9s, 3 bags in the teapot. Motor and Chaos will have 1 AGM-65 Delta, 2 GBU-12s, 2 AIM-9s, and 3 bags, and a teapot. Weather's not looking too shabby, no clouds, and some pretty light winds. We'll stay with the bones below contrail altitude at about 27.6. Our jets are parked at the revetments in the northwest part of the airfield. Looking at the weather, we'll probably be using runway 10. I'll do a radio check at 0332 local and start taxiing around 0337. After start, grab the ATIS on primary and then switch over the tower. Stay on channel 1 aux, which will be our flight's tactical frequency. After takeoff, rejoin with me in close formation. We'll switch to channel 6 on Pry for check-in with Wizard, our AWACS tonight. Let's go back to slide 4. We'll join up with the Bones at 0100 Zulu at Kilo. Weasel 3-1 will move ahead and stay a few miles in front of the Bones, while Weasel 3-3 and Element will stay behind. We'll check in with them on channel 3 aux and keep an eye out for any trouble. We'll also have 2 pairs of Australian Hornets, call signs Blackbird 2-4 and 2-6, flying bar cap to the west, the same direction from which we can expect any Syrian aircraft to come. Scan your sectors, keep a close eye on our RWR, set your chaff and flare programs to be ready for anything. Do not call muds or dirts. If one of us or the Bones are locked by Syrian air defenses, we'll move in. If Weasel 3-1 engages, Weasel 3-3 will move ahead of the Bones. If Weasel 3-3 engages, 3-1 will stay where they are. We'll anchor south of the target, put sensors on the compound. Once the Bones drop, our task will be to seek out any leakers or survivors trying to flee the area and hit them with Mavericks and GBUs. The whole block of buildings is used as a barracks and storage area by ISIS. All the vehicles and tents are theirs. They're also using a comms tower located nearby. According to intel, their HQ is the villa to the south of the compound, also visible on the recon photo. Bone will have their dimpies all over the place, and they should splash all these targets, but if they don't, we'll be running cleanup. In the event there's nothing left at the primary site, we'll have a secondary target to the south, at the coordinates you can see here in the picture. This is a SAM site previously used by the Syrian army, and now it houses several large caliber AAA guns captured by ISIS. They won't be a problem at night, but they should get cleaned up if we have a chance. That site, along with several man pads and light caliber AAA, is all that defends the compound. Observe the hard deck of 14,000 and use standoff weapons if possible. In the case of secondary objective, we might need to split up, with one element going back after the Bones and the second engaging the AAA. If that happens, we'll either rejoin at Texaco, or if separation is too big, we'll RTB an element. Oh, hey, slide 4 is back. Why did we miss you? Texaco, KC-135 will be orbiting at one of 2 available tracks. If deemed safe by Wizard, they will be at the north-south yellow track, flying at 20,000 feet. These are waypoints 5 and 6 in our flight plan. In the case that there's too many Syrian jets in the air, Texaco will be over Jordan on the east-west green track, flying Angels 23. That'll be waypoint 7 and 8 for us. All the details for the AAR are in your handy-dandy mission card. After we get a drink, we'll proceed along the board of the waypoint 8, where we'll contact King Faisal on land. With our mixed loadouts, we'll stick to our roles. Element leads as dedicated SAM killers, and Weasel 3-2 and 3-4 will be on deck to engage leakers, secondary objectives, or other targets. You'll find codes for your GBU-12s in the kneeboards. Double check that they match what you have typed in your pods. We're capable of defending ourselves against the bandits, though I don't think we can expect much from a fight from the Syrian Air Force. They'd have to get through the Australians anyways. All the radio channels and frequencies are the kneeboard as usual. We'll perform our radio checks on channel 1 aux, and grab ATIS, then contact Tower on Pry, Channel 2 and 3, respectively. After takeoff, we'll switch to Channel 6 on Pry, which will be the mission frequency to talk to Wizard. Before we join up with the Bones, we'll jump to Channel 3 on Aux while staying on Channel 6 on Pry. After that, we'll adapt to whatever we encounter, and we need to stay on Channel 3 Aux as our common frequency and push separate elements for deconfliction. Keep an ear open for my calls. Once we clear the target area, we'll fence out. You'll see my lights go on, and that will be a sign for you to do the same. As I said, we might return together as a flight in the elements. Either way, remember to listen to the ATIS before contacting the tower. Pretty sure that covers everything, more or less. Anyway, any questions? Concerns? Comments? Complaints? Sisters' phone numbers? Nope? Okay, let's do it. Oh, remember, stored alignment's okay for this one, kids.
All right, here we go in the pit. First thing, we are going to wait for it to load. All right, here we go. Ground crew, we're going to change. Actually, we're going to get them rearming, refueling. We're going to get rid of this center tank and put on a... we'll just do it 184 today. So we're not taking anything there either. I'm going to get rid of the pylons just to get rid of the weight. Plan today, we're going to actually tank rather than needing that third fuel bag. I'd rather have the option to tank and just have the extra power, less drag. The other thing we're going to do, we are going to set up our NVGs.
Copy. Rearming complete.
Okay, rearming's complete.
Wheel chocks are now in place.
And now we are
NVG installed.
Stick lights out, 20%. Over the horn. It is nighttime, it's going to be pretty dark. But it ought to be fun regardless. Got a good start. Should have 6 green lights down there.
Weasel flight. Radio check on Aux. 2. 3. 4. Weasel, grab ATIS and go tower on Pry.
ATIS is going to be right.
On 8, altimeter 2980. Runway in use 10. Expect visual approach. Acknowledge receipt of information Delta. King Faisal Air Base Information Delta, time 0020. Winds 10548. Visibility greater than 10 miles. Clear. Temperature 18, altimeter 2980. Runway in use 10. Expect visual approach. Acknowledge receipt of information Delta. King Faisal Air...
Delta 2980 here.
to set up our Mavericks here too.
Everyone got a good jet? Two. Three. Four.
Okay, seats are... TGP code 1686, looking good. Wait for our taxi instructions here. Didn't really have time to do sec checks, EPU checks with getting everything else done. One reason I do like long the line versus the store heading, but where they give store heading, I know not everybody wants to do that, so not a problem. Check my knot. Love the new animation, seeing them put them on. I do use the Takeoff Waze NVG mod. The white phosphorus makes it quite nice.
Weasel, ready? Two, ready. Three, ready. Four, ready. Tower, Weasel 3-1, flight of 4, F-16 with Henry Delta, looking to taxi to the active from shelter. Weasel 3-1, Tower clears taxi to runway 10. Tower, Weasel 3-1, taxi to runway 10. One, rolling.
Let's check this. I'm supposed to be on 96.
Three, off chocks. Tower, Weasel 3-1,
Copy.
ready for departure. Runway 10.
Wheel chocks are now removed.
Weasel 3-1, cleared for takeoff. Runway 10, winds are calm. Weasel 3-1, clear for takeoff. Runway 10.
Being so dark, we're going to set up for a radar trail departure.
altitude.
2. 3. 4. Wizard, Weasel 3-1 flight, 4 Vipers, with you as frag, en route to Kilo. Weasel 3-1, radar contact, Texaco is on yellow track. Picture clean. Have a good one. Wizard, Weasel 3-1 copies all. Thanks.
We're gonna get up to full finger 4. 2. Hopefully I don't regret this decision to go with that center. We'll say the comms, the voiceovers, they're spot on. They just sound great in this mission. Baltic and all the voice actors, just putting everything together is really great. Adds to know, oh, there's the Big Dip. Grab the Big Dipper, so let's follow that up. There's Polaris. Let's see if it tracks to go do it. Never really noticed the constellations before in DCS. That's kind of a cool feat. What's nice?
Weasel holds down from Kilo.
Afterburner, he's getting that extra.
Weasel, nose hot. Run, set it to program. Ready. 3. 4 ready.
Guess we'll just pass 1 and 2 here. We're going to be doing a lot of just very loose route, even close to fighting week today, just because the AI gets so unpredictable. like that. They go 400 knots down to 260. Back and afterward. Denier fencing call, but their lights are off. We'll shut our heat.
Contact 096, 50 miles, Angel 25. Wizard, Weasel 3-1. Weasel 3-1, send it. Weasel 3-1, request ID, 2 contacts. Bra 096, 50, 25,000. Weasel 3-1. ID. Oh. Weasel 3-1, roger. Weasel, game plan. We'll join up with Bones at Kilo. Angel 25 at 0102. Weasel 3-1 will sweep 10 miles ahead. Weasel 3-3 will stay 3 miles behind and above the Bones. Sanitizing airspace, keep a close eye on your RWR. Call any bogeys and threats. Questions? 2. 3 negative.
4 negative.
We currently have 2 pairs of Australian Hornets on cap west from our route. Call signs Blackbird 24 and 26, and 2 mud hens to the north. Texaco and Wizard will be behind us, so any contacts in the AO will likely be dead. Yeah, it wouldn't mind me one of those things. You and me both. But it's unlikely they're going to show up or even try to stop us. The SAMs are an entirely different matter, though. They've shot a coalition aircraft before. Any luck, dude? Turkish Phantom back in 2012. And our job is to make sure they don't hit anyone tonight.
4, what about the ISIS aircraft?
No factor. They captured a few jets, but not likely to be able to use them operationally.
Still the yardstick south.
Weasel, put channel 3 on off. Stay on channel 6 fried. Weasel, radio check. 2. 3.
4.
Weasel 3-1, send it for phone 1-1.
Weasel 3-1 is a flight of 4 Vipers, 15 miles out at your left 11 o'clock, armed with AGM-88s, 65s, and GPU-12s, joining up.
Weasel 3-1, good copy. Good to see you guys. Clear to join up.
Make up your mind, 3. So, I'm thinking I may create a counter. Yeah, quit editing there. Sorry, I had something in there. Thinking I might put a counter in there to keep track during this campaign of how many times the AI tries to kill me. The friendly AI. We had a couple good ones last mission. Hasn't been too bad today, but I've been real careful staying away from them. Guess that's the wingman's job, right? Is to just try to stay in position and support. I feel like I'm BFMing.
Phone 1-1, you're entering zone 5.
Phone 1-1, that's a roger.
When we get out, we're gonna have to work on tactical intercept.
Weasel, fence in. Two, fenced in. 3, fenced in. 4, fenced in. Weasel, 3-1, fenced in.
Phone 1-1, dirt, flat face, 350.
Yep.
Weasel 3-1,
So-
same.
Looks like the TAC head you've got to go to 33.
Phone 1-1, Weasels, go secure.
Weasel 3-1. Weasel 3-2. Weasel 3-3. Weasel 3-4.
Weasels, do you have photos of our target?
Blackbird, Wizard, confirm owner, 5, 0, 1.
Okay. Bone 1-1 has 16 DMIPs on the compound buildings, starting with the one furthest to the east and going west. Bone 1-2 has 16 more DMIPs on the comms tower, fuel tanks, and the villa south and southwest from the main compound. We'll drop 31s.
Weasels, copies all.
Blackbird 2-6, multiple muds in
Your
and around
targets
Zone
are
1.
any vehicles or structures that are not shacked in our run. After the attack, we will turn right and egress using the same route as the one on the way in.
Weasel 3-1, roger. Weasels will hold south from primary, sensors on. We'll perform the BDA and engage any remaining targets of opportunity. Use GBUs and Maverick, hard deck set, and Angels 1-5. Weasel 3-2. Weasel 3-3. If bombs shack all primary targets, our secondary will be a heavy AAA battery and revetment south of the main target. Weasel, stand by to check coordinates.
Did you beat him too?
Grid 37, Sierra Delta Victor, 550591. Weasel 3-2. Blackbird, Weasel 3-3. Target, signal through.
Weasel 3-4.
101, 12,000. All Weasels, stay on channel 3 Ox. 3-1 and 3-2. Go channel 8 on Fry.
Targeting single
Weasel
group.
3-3 and 3-4. Go ahead and go to channel 9 on Fry.
Blackbird 2-6, radar contact.
Four.
Bone 1-1, Mud, SA3, 357. Bone 1-1, defending, SA3.
Weasel 3-1, roger. Weasel 3-1 in from the south. Weasel 3-3, 3-1. Engaging SA3, bullseye, 15930. 3-1, push ahead of Bone. Weasel 3-3. 4-3, busted, in front of the Bone.
4, copy.
SAM. Waco getting the lead. Guess I should pay attention rather than grabbing a drink.
Weasel 3-1 Magnum. SA3 Bullseye 159 for 30. Timeout 90 seconds.
Oh, there's the Magnum. Let's have some fun here. We'll split the boat. Sam site down there.
Weasel 3-1 Magnum. SA3 Bullseye 139 for 30.
Counter.
Timeout 30 seconds. Sam launch. SA3.
There it is. Not with us. Wish I could just went off the.
Weasel 3-2 rifle. Weasel 3-1 Jack SA3. Pushing north.
There he is. He called. So I guess in one of the latest update, they changed the mission editor setting now for the SAM. That the SAMs will shut off. Can shut off. You can have it set up so if they detect an arm in the air, harm in the air. It's not just to harm any anti-radiation. Man, my flight or my element weight is just cruising. 0 indication on timber of number 3 and not getting any shared data. Let's try to foresight. Rolling to get buildings or structure. Don't quite see anything up there with Alright, good visuals on primary and secondary structure. Turn.
Bone 1-1, setting up for the attack run. 150 seconds to drop.
4, put your sensors on primary. 4. 3. Tally triple A batteries are redundant and correct coordinates.
4 copies.
Phone 1-1, 1 mic.
Wizard, Weasel 33, anchoring south of primary. Weasel 3-1, Wizard. Clean.
Phone 1-1, bombs away.
Phone 1-1, Weasel 33, good hits. Stand by for BDA. 4, check primary for future on the side.
Holy shit! No chance anything survives that.
Maybe seen some popcorn down there. There's Jacob.
Phone 1-1, Weasel 33, good effects on primary.
Phone 1-1, roger, egressing south.
Weasel 33, Weasel 3-1. Engage secondary target. 3-1 will stay with phone. 3, roger. Chaos, this is your show. I'll take high cover and engage the secondary.
Four copies. Engaging.
Alright, we are cleared to engage. We're going to focus on the medium to heavy truck. Let the Zoo-23s be for the day and just try to get this S-19. There's something conning straight ahead. We gotta get mark points that will make our attack run in. There's the first mark.
4, rifle. Four, weapon away. Four, good hit.
Maverick hit. His first GPU's lazy.
Four, shack target.
East here, come back. So hard deck was 15.
Four, weapon away.
Laser on.
Caution. Caution.
Center cat 1. Alright, timeout. That's lazy.
Four, shack another one.
Alright, that's it. Let's get Winchester to
Four's Winchester, ready to move.
Weasel 3-1, Weasel 3-3, attack complete. Weasel 3-1, roger. Push to Texaco and then clear to RTV. 3.
Bingo. Bingo.
There's fourth. There's Joker right there. Good time.
Four, let's stay in the playback for some time.
Roger.
Looks like the Hornets are at 5.9 miles to target. Excuse me, 5.9 miles to our radar trail and 5.7 here. Yep, Corp.
you ever see anything like that?
You mean what Bones just did? Dang it. That's how the earthquake strikes must have looked back in the man days.
Concur. The bad guys must feel pretty confident here to be in the open like that.
Well, everyone makes mistakes. After all, they didn't know we were coming.
He should be turning south, so I'm going to use the angle here to catch up rather than chase him the whole way. Two passes, 3 weapons out, 3 shacks, I think.
Hornets, right? 5 o'clock.
Roger. Aussies.
Stay firm.
Those lights just came back on, so that's our sign to fence up.
Visual on Hornets.
Chaffin flare going.
Blackbird 2-6 to Vipers. Finger.
4, push 123.4. Blackbird, this is Weasel 3-3.
Weasel, Blackbird 2-6. You made a hell of a mess up there. We saw the explosions from miles away.
One knows, Blackbird. We just tag along for the show.
Altitude.
Roger. Damn effective. Your squadron just rotated in, right?
Hey, firm. Any advice for the newcomers?
Yeah, don't try and understand what's going on or who's who. It's real cactus down there.
That sounds about right.
On a serious note though, mate, really do not want to reject over their territory.
Yeah, I hear that.
We'll see you around, Weasels.
Thanks, Blackbird. Good day. Break 4. Go channel 3 on Ox.
3-4, where are the Aussies based?
Kuwait. I think we are the ones closest to the whole action.
I can't believe I just did that. Sometimes to help crane my neck around in the VR to see the
Weasels, Bone 1-1. That's how we do it. Thanks for the company.
Phone 1-1, Weasel 3-1. Our pleasure. Have a safe trip back. Break. Weasel 3-3, you up? 1-3 is up. Grab a drink. We'll see you back at home plate. 3, roger. Weasel, push button 12 on press.
Weasel 3-4.
Weasel, check.
4.
Texaco, Weasel 3-3, 2 F-16, request a rejoin.
Weasel 3-3, proceed to pre-contact at 20,000.
Right, so I was saying that sometimes with this VR, I will grab my head a little bit to help throw it around and see better, just, getting hold of the net. And I accidentally touched the power button and shut off the display on my VR. So, that's a little food bar that happened in the middle there. observation while he goes pre-contact.
Texaco, Weasel 3-3, ready for contact.
Weasel 3-3, cleared contact.
Alright, lower the boom. They got rid of it. Guess we're going.
Three, four, one. Texaco 1-1. Proceed to pre-contact at 20,000 at 250.
Weasel 3-4, we're pre-con. Weasel 3-4, ready pre-con.
Cleared contact.
Like too dark to be able to do it without. Without the nods, too bright to do it. Come on, boom.
Contact. You're taking fuel.
Take out like, cut up to like 4,500 pounds. I cannot see that right side of the light.
Contact. You're taking fuel. Transfer complete. Disconnect.
Texaco, thanks for the drink. Weasel, push button 7 on Pry, and 1 on Ox. 4. Weasel, check on Pry. 4.
That disconnect, I'm actually really grateful that DCS didn't crash. Used to be that whenever it disconnected, DCS would crash. Alright, 3, no holes, no leaks, no stores. She shows position lights off. Is refreshing that let a single player not be the flight lead. You actually get to fly some formation, even though they try to kill you.
King 2000 is Weasel 33 flight, inbound with Echo, requested from runway 10.
Weasel flight, approach. Radar contact. Descent to 5,000. Contact tower when 5 miles out. Expect visual approach for runway 10.
Descend to 5,000 for runway 10. Tower with 5 miles out.
Kind of weird. Using this new Quest 3. And I'm getting the room boundary thing every now and then. I'm not sure if that's showing on the recording. So much transit time gives me respect for those that really do it, because can you imagine being in it for 8-10 hours a day? It's nice we got this low Sarah base, even though it seems like it's so far away.
Altitude. Altitude.
Just have an inkling he was going to try to murder me
Altitude. 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 Altitude.
How slow you can go, bro?
Altitude. Altitude.
Still think there's one or two aircraft in the pattern.
Weasel flight, switch tower.
Weasel 3-3, switching tower. Weasels, go. Weasel, check. 4. 5 miles, initial runway 10, full stop. Weasel 3-3, tower clears to land, runway 10, winds are calm. Weasel 3-3, cleared to land, runway 10.
Altitude. Altitude.
Landings with this guy because they slam on their brakes as soon as they touch. I mean, we can have a little fun with the formation approach.
tower vacate deactive. Taxi to shuttle 10 and 11. Weasel 3-3, roll code.
Bingo. Bingo.
Weasel 3-4 base gear, 3 green, full stop, runway 10. That's embarrassing. Little low on the approach. I think I had a little too much power at the end and floated it. Oh, I don't see any unique walkway. There it is. As we taxi in, just a little bit of debriefing here. Not sure what happened with the. Well, I do know what happened. I actually pushed the power button. Sorry about that. Fun flight overall. Lots of formation flying. I enjoy that. Had good attacks on targets. Had good. The SAM launch was fun for the bone. Watching 1 and 2 take out that SAM site. Watching the bone strike. Was taking out the secondary AAA. Lots of stuff happening. Lots of good communications. Fun mission.
Copy. Wheel chocks are now in place.
Overall, great mission. Looking forward, really looking forward to flying the next one. Check the debrief here. Shut down. Check the. Okay, well then people sort of turned out to be much more eventful than we initially planned. On the way, Syrian SA-3 locked up one of the bones, which forced us to react and take it out with harms. After that, the HVAs got into the target area and obliterated it with bombs, leaving nothing to do for Weasel 3-3 and 3-4. I'll talk to finance about having their paid off. As briefed, Weasel 3334 engaged a secondary target containing several medium caliber anti-aircraft pieces and destroyed 3 of them before going Winchester, returning to base. All right, I like the dynamic objectives. It'd be interesting to see if you don't hit all 3, like if you hit 1 or 2 or you miss them, what it says differently. So I'd be interested to see what happens. I might have to refly this sometime and try. Overall, good mission. Thanks for joining, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you for mission 3.